This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Scott Bean here with Credit Repair USA. Hey, just another training video on our action plan. Everybody receives this action plan, when they actually sign up as a client. So it is imperative that you actually follow it. I want to explain something real quick. Remember, everything is technology and software driven. So we don't mail out any dispute letters. We don't fax anything, scan anything, email anything over to the credit bureaus. Our software syncs directly to the credit bureaus, and we're able to monitor it and your progress through our software and through Identity IQ. Now, most of our business is obviously real estate, and you are most likely trying to purchase a home if you are listening and watching this video. The action plan must be followed. We have been doing this for close to 15 years now. As long as the action plan is followed, wherever your goals are as far as your credit is concerned, you will achieve that. As far as what we will do, we always perform, because we have faith in the software, and obviously our results speak for themselves. But let's just go over the action plan real quick and make sure we kind of go over everything. Now, if you follow the action plan set in place, you will win, and we'll be able to take you to the promised land. If you choose to go against the plan set up for you, well, you are on your own. It's quite simple. Look at us as your credit doctor. Once we diagnose your problems, you will be given a plan to follow. If you stick to the plan, your scores will go up. If you decide to go against the plan, we can promise you that your scores will continue to drop. And I'll kind of explain a little bit of that as we go down. Now, number one, follow instructions. Remember, we are here to help you regain control of your credit file. We do every now and then, we'll get some customers that want to fight against us, and it's just not really a good match. If you're against us, you just need to trust us and follow the program. It'll end up working out. It'll be fine. Number two, if you have open revolving accounts, credit cards, which are credit cards or revolving accounts, they must be paid down to 20 to 30% of your limit. So if you have a $500 credit card, you need to have it down, to around $100. This is 35% of your score right here. Credit cards must be paid down. If you don't have any open credit cards, then you need to focus on reestablishing your credit while we clean you up. Ask your credit repair mentor, whether it be me, Jennifer, or an agent, whoever signed you up. You can ask them for some help directly on where to go to apply for your beginner credit cards. We always recommend Fingerhut and First Premier as your first card. So what we'll usually do is go to Fingerhut. Boom. Come on, there we go. Let's load up here. So there's your Fingerhut card. So we always recommend, as you can see, I actually have one. So there you go. It says Welcome Scott. So it's a good starter card because it reports, and that's all that matters. It reports as a revolving account. And another good card is going to be the First Premier credit card. So what you'll do is you'll kind of Google First Premier just like I did, and then you'll go to My Premier credit card right there. And then you'll click Apply Online right there. Very simple. So those are usually your first two cards that you want to apply for because they will approve you, and that kind of gets you started. Now, if you already have revolving accounts, that's fine. It's actually a very good thing. You just need to make sure that your payment history is clean. If it's not, obviously, we'll try to remove some of the late pays, but you need to make sure your balances are at 20 to 30% of whatever the limit is. As mentioned, if you don't have any open revolving accounts, please go to get the Fingerhut or the First Premier as your first two cards and just kind of lay low. Let's let those actually report, and then you'll actually see what will happen once those accounts start showing up along with whatever we remove. And then from that point, we'll add like a Capital One or a First Progress or something of that nature as your third credit card. Number three, stop pulling your credit. We need you to become a ghost for the next 6 months. Inquiries, especially hard pulls, will lower your score. So as we're actually working your credit, we just need you to stop pulling your credit. Now, obviously, that kind of goes against what I just said as far as applying for credit cards, but if you applying for credit cards and getting your credit reestablished outweighs having 2 or 3 inquiries on your credit report, so that's fine. What we mean by that is don't go out shopping for a car, because when you start shopping for a car, you're going to end up having 5 to 10 hard pulls within a weekend, and that's going to drop your score. So just try to stay off the grid. Let us do what we have to do. Number 4, continue to make your payments on time. That's kind of self-explanatory. 5, don't settle any collection accounts while we are working on your file. Let us work on those accounts to save you money. That's kind of why you hired us in the first place. The only time you need to settle an account is if they are pursuing a judgment against you. Now, obviously, this is going to be based on what state you're in. Here in Texas, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, a creditor can sue you. They can't, and I don't know if a lot of you clients know this, but they can no longer report judgment. So in Texas, they can sue you. You can just say whatever, not even go to court. They'll put a judgment on you. It's not going to hit your credit report, nor are they going to garnish your wages. Now, I know like in Arizona, they do garnish wages. So every state's a little different as far as what you can actually get away with as far as not settling up on a judgment. But as far as collections go, the majority of your collection companies are not going to come after you. Now, the big players will, Amex, Discover, Chase, and if it's a pretty big amount, they're going to come after you and file a judgment. But very few of you have those accounts. But if we're talking standard collections, electric bill, medical bills, beginner credit card charge-offs, stuff like that kind of everybody has, they're not going to sue you. So it's kind of pointless to even worry about it. But like I said, just keep your money. You don't need to settle anything. I mean, again, that's why you hired us, to keep you away from doing that. Number 6, stay informed. Your credit repair mentor is on your team. They are here to help you. We are not here to fight against you. Remember, you came to us for help. Let us help you. So that's kind of what I said in the beginning of this video. We're actually here to help you. That's why you came to us. So just let the system run its course. Like I said, it's all tech and software. You're going to have access to that. So you're going to be able to monitor everything that we're doing. So nothing is hidden from you. You're going to be able to follow every account with each bureau and check the status of that account 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I'm going to give you access to the back office, to the software, which allows you to monitor exactly what we're doing. So it's a good thing. It's a pretty sexy system, and it helps both of us. It speeds the process up on our end, and we get our results faster. Everything is permanent. The results are permanent, meaning whatever is removed, it will not report back at a later date. But it allows you to have access to that. You can monitor what we're doing. Number 7, log in periodically to your secure client access, which is your back office, to check up on your progress. This is what the software is for. It is for you to be able to monitor what we are doing all in real time. I just kind of explained that. The updates are every 45 days. So every 45 days, we will update your credit reports. The changes will be made. You will automatically receive emails from the software notifying you of the changes. Usually whenever there's kind of movement within your credit report, you're also going to get alerts as well. So, it's kind of cool. It keeps you informed, and that's the main thing here. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Actually, this number is no longer void. This is an old action plan. I guess Jennifer didn't send me the updated one, but regardless, this number is no good. Our direct number is 832-945-5228, or you contact your mentor, your credit rep, whoever signed you up. Number 8, we understand from your point of view, it looks scary. To us, this is easy work. Remember, this industry is now technology driven. We don't have huge offices anymore with employees sitting around writing dispute letters. Everything is online now. We give you that access. We understand that to most customers, it's hard to believe our results, but we do it day in and day out. Remember, we utilize the latest and greatest technology. That technology is for your benefit. What used to take us 6 months now takes us 45 days. You need to trust in the process. So again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Everything is tech, digital, snap your fingers. As soon as we process you, you're done. So we process you the same day that you actually sign up. As mentioned before, we don't send anything out. We don't mail anything out. Everything is online. Fast, fast, fast. So number 9, have fun. You aren't getting a root canal here. Always remember this. Your credit report is nothing but data on a piece of paper. It doesn't discriminate. Your debt is just debt. It's basically text or verbiage on a piece of paper. Our software doesn't care what your background is. All we do is process that data, and we do it quickly. Let the software do what it is supposed to do. To you, seeing a bankruptcy is a major ordeal. To us, it's just a bankruptcy. It gets processed the same way a $50 medical bill would. As mentioned, the software doesn't care if you have a bankruptcy. It's just negative verbiage on a piece of paper that we will work on getting it removed. Nothing more, nothing less. So what that means is obviously we've been doing this for 15 years. We see tens of thousands credit reports a year. The software does not care. It just doesn't, right? Because at the end of the day, your credit report is basically a resume. It's debt that's being reported to the credit bureaus. We personally have no feelings. I mean, we care for you as a client because that's why you hired us. But as far as what we see on the credit report, none of it bothers us because we've seen everything, and the software doesn't care. So you have to remember, we're just processing data. That's it. So just kind of remember that. When you sign up with us, it's not a big deal, and just kind of look at it. From your point of view, just try to look at your credit report. To you, I get it. It's scary. You see $20,000, $30,000 worth of medical bills. You might have a bankruptcy or a repo, and it's freaking you out. And some people think, everybody's going to come after me. It just doesn't work like that anymore. It's just data. It means nothing to us. We process it the same way. We're basically a machine at the end of the day. We process data, and that's it. It's all done online. Number 10, ask questions. We want you to stay informed. If you're unsure about something, just ask. If you don't ask, then we will assume that you know the answers. So I'll give you an example. I just updated a client this morning. Scores went up a little bit. I removed about 70% of his garbage, of his derogatory accounts, but he opened up nothing. He didn't have any new open revolving accounts. So that's why he only went up 30, 40 points. Now, if that client would have opened up, the Finger Hut and the First Premier to get his credit rebuilt, I guarantee you he would have went up 75, 80, almost 100 points. So that's the difference, So it's just a game. The part of our job is to kind of teach you how to play it. We obviously let the software do all the heavy lifting, but you as a client, especially if you lack credit, you got to get it rebuilt. You got to get some open lines of credit going. So that's very important. And lastly, if you have any friends or family, refer them over to us. Another thing is if you've gone to the corporate website, Credit Repair USA, Credit Repair, www.creditrepair.usa.us. You can actually join our team. So we do have credit agent openings under a license agreement. It is $99 a month to join the company, but we do provide you with your, some marketing materials, your software, so you can actually run your business, and you can keep 50% commission. So that's actually a pretty high pay scale. So, and we'll teach you the game from the agent side, so you can kind of go out there and build your own business. If you want to do it full-time, part-time, doesn't matter to us, but we still train you on how to do it. And then obviously you'll have access to your own software system to where you can input your own clients, and we constantly do training as well within the company. Usually once or twice a month we'll do a corporate webinar. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. If any client wants to get into this business, it's obviously highly lucrative. It's just you have to get started and kind of learn and understand how the industry works. Now, that's basically about it. I mean, the action plan is pretty simple. Just make sure you follow it, and good times lie ahead for everybody. It just makes it a whole lot easier for everybody. Like I said, I think 95% 80% of our business is all real estate. So that is something that we have to actually get you qualified for. It's not like you're buying a car. This stuff takes a little bit of time, but it's all doable. And that, as mentioned, it's all trackable and traceable by you online. So, you don't have to sit there and wonder if we're actually working for you or not. So that's kind of the good thing. But just follow the action plan. Like I said, if you have any questions, just email us or email the rep who signed you up. But just kind of, that's why we have this action plan. This one's obviously not updated. I think I pulled up an older file. But when you do sign up as a client, Jennifer does send you all of this. It's in your welcome packet that you get. So make sure you just kind of read everything and just kind of understand the process. So other than that, we wish you well. And as mentioned, we are always here for you. So if you need anything, just feel free to email your rep or contact Jennifer or myself. And we'll return your email or return your phone call whenever we can. But at the end of the day, I mean, we both have the same goals. That's to get you qualified. So just always keep that in mind. So that's that for now. And everybody have a blessed Sunday. Y'all have a good one.